Hey guys, it's TheFrXion here. It's I12. However you call me, I don't really care. And welcome back to World of Tanks. I thought today we're going to be taking a look at the T-50-2. This used to be my favorite tier. Was it tier 6? I think it was a tier 5 scout back in the days. My favorite tier 5 scout in the game until they took it out somewhere along the time of I think 2014 or 13. It was actually taken out of the game quite early in the first 2 or 3 years. In their opinion, it just didn't fit into the game. It was too fast, and it kind of didn't work with the wonky way the shells were calculated and all that stuff. And to be fair, I do kind of agree with their sentiment. When I played the World of Tanks Classic game mode, and I really do prefer the World of Tanks that we have right now much more than World of Tanks from back then. Because let's face it, this vehicle back in the days was really fast, but the way how the shells worked and the pen worked, it just sometimes you had those really weird rounds that just didn't land anywhere near the target and just flew all over the place. And that is how this vehicle was so good. It was so fast, and the people were just so bad at aiming the shots that it never really gotten any real problem with driving around and just shooting people in the back. It was quite annoying. I think this is what people see now, the problem with the wheeled tanks. So it has 65 kilometers top speed, and it's supposed to be just like it was back then. We even have the old school skin on it, which is the non-HD texture pack, and you can see it looks hideous, but I still love this tank nonetheless. So I'd say without further ado, let's go down this nostalgia drip and play a game with this vehicle. Because how you used to play this vehicle was actually how you play the wheeled vehicles right now. You don't stop, you just run around the entirety of the match. And even if they do manage to hit you once or twice, you would still be able to get away most of the time, and just maybe then sit in a bush for the rest of the time. But yeah, I really liked this vehicle back then. I'm not so sure about it now because it just, yeah, World of Tanks has changed for the better or the worse. Well, that's for you to decide, but I really liked the T-50-2. So what we're going to be doing right here, because we are more on the side of a passive scout, at least with the setup that I've chosen for this vehicle right now. We're going to be sitting in a bush and giving our team some early shots. But I'm not sure if I'm going to be going into the bush that is there or there, because there's a bush right over here, which allows us to actually spot any of the heavy tanks that is coming in over here. And you can see it takes a lot longer to get this vehicle up to the fully 65 km/h mark. But we're going to try and sit right in this little bush right here, because you can actually make it work. It used to be a bigger bush back in the days. Now it's just, well, quite a bit smaller, and you can see right there we actually spot 59-16, and if our guys in the back are active there, they should be able to knock him out. Hopefully. Please kill him. I don't see him anymore because there are quite a few trees in the way. He gets knocked out because he didn't decide to just drive back. Oh god. And you can see up there on the hill, there's quite a bit of chaos going on. But we should be able to spot some of the heavy tanks anytime now, especially if they drive through this area right here. If they're back there, they should be able to knock them out. There's a T-21. You can see we have like 5 scouts on both sides, and yeah, this is a very scouting heavy based game, which we can dominate if they actually send someone down this way. So they haven't sent a heavy tank down here. Nothing. At least we didn't spot anything going down to channel. There's the AMX-12T. That's where I would have gone if I was on the other side. And hopefully he gets knocked out by someone now. You have quite a bit of cover over there as well, so you can make it work quite easily as well. There is actually the artillery right there. That's very interesting to see. Now this is one of the reasons why I love this tank so much. Did you see the rate of fire on this thing? That is just splendid. That's beautiful. That's something that you don't see very often anymore. And let's see. There we go. There's the... Oh god. But we've lit quite a bit of the enemy team up. Now we have to be careful over here because they're going to be pushing the north, and they have a Tiger 131. They have quite a bit of support coming in, so we'll have to see how we're going to be able to light these guys. There's obviously the opportunity to sit in this bush. We should have decent amount of view range onto these guys, and you can see right there we're lighting the AMD and we're spotting the VK. This is just something you have to get used to, you know, being a dynamic scout. You have to be able to know when to move, know when to get into a new position, and know where the channels are, where you can actually look down, you know, and spot the vehicles that need to be spotted, because if they just get through over there, they might do a lot of damage, but now they're going to get stopped quite early on. They're going to lose a lot of HP. And I know it's very tempting to actually kill this Tiger 131. I think it will probably spot us. You can see we are already up to 2,351 spotting assistance. And that's exactly how I used to play this tank back in the days. Well, okay, a bit less, a bit more running and a bit less sitting. But yeah, this is one of the things that just needs to be learned very early on if you're playing this game. If you don't understand the spotting mechanics, you're going to be in big trouble, because there are going to be people like me that know how to spot, that know when to get you, and you're going to be looking down the drain because, yeah, people will see you and you don't see them. That's one of the things that's the hardest part about this game, especially if you're stock. If you're new to the game, you know, the spotting abilities first come down in later, when you have better crews, when your vehicle's fully upgraded, when you are able to use binoculars and all that stuff. And it's really unfair for all the players that already have that, you know, and then having to deal with the players that don't have it, or at least the players that don't have it having to deal with the players that have all these luxury items. Just gives them an advantage. That's something that they need to learn, because, well, that's just how the game is. The spotting mechanics took me quite a while as well to learn. I would have been a much better player. Let's say, statistically speaking, I would have been much better if I learned how to spot correctly a lot sooner. I think I figured it out somewhere along 2014. That's 3 years down the line after the game was released. And yeah, I still make mistakes. I still peek sometimes. When I'm greedy, I go for, you know, I go for peaks that I shouldn't be going for, but that's just how I play. I mean, a little bit of aggressive plays should still be, you know, a part of how you play your game, because it gives you a little bit of a dynamic. That's what I like. So, very interesting right here. We did manage to beat them. And we got the Mastery Ace badge tanker. That's pretty damn cool. Most experience as well. And Control duty. This is exactly what what you would get as well in the old T-50-2, because it's so versatile, and it still is pretty damn nice, but it's no longer, I think, that overpowered as it was previously. But the fact that almost everyone has gotten it, okay, not everyone, but the people who've played this game for longer than 5 years have gotten it. Okay, that's quite difficult to get if you've just started playing this game, but still, it's a pretty nice, unique vehicle. It's a novelty tank, and I really enjoy it. And I hope you guys enjoy it as well. And I hope you guys did enjoy this little video excursion back in time, talking a little bit about the T-50-2. It's never going to be as it was back in the days, but it still is pretty damn good, and I still like it very, very much. So I hope I see you guys on the next one. Until then, peace out.